I'll be honest with you, this ESR case is like gas station sushi. This thing will satisfy a craving, but kind of what happens next is a little suspect. I will say that this product is better than some of ESR's other offerings. Let's get into it. From my understanding, this case comes in a variety of different designs. In general, I'd like the finish on this case. The edges have a nice matte finish to it, and the translucent back doesn't show fingerprinting very easily. One of the things I don't like, and I'll talk about in the protection section, is the camera cover on this case. I really don't like this camera cover because I think it's going to damage your iPhone more than it's going to save it. Now, if you're looking to get this case because it's cheap and you're thinking about getting one of ESR's hybrid cases, get this one. This one's better than this one, even though this one costs just a hair more. Now, this case has raised corners at the top and bottom, which helps with screen protection and screen access. In terms of weight, this thing comes in at about 35 grams, which is kind of average. It's about 18% of the weight of an iPhone 16 Pro. But that case edge will add about a 50% increase in terms of thickness for your iPhone. So it's gonna add a tiny bit of bulk. 50% honestly isn't much when it comes to iPhone cases, and that increased girth doesn't really matter. I don't know, you tell me, does girth matter? All things considered, this is a minimalist, lightweight case. Let's talk about using the iPhone inside this product. The matte finish actually really helps the usability of this case. I really like it. There are flow-through buttons, which feel decent. They do feel a little cheaper than some of the other products that I've used. Unlike other companies, ESR has included a spare set of buttons, and you just easily pop them out like so. So it gives the iPhone's buttons a different feel, which is kind of neat from my perspective. The action button has a different finish to it, which is kind of nice when you're kind of going button hunting in the dark. The camera cut is symmetrical and fairly smooth, and that is nice as some of the other products I've used, but it doesn't feel awkward to put my thumb over it. ESR's hybrid case doesn't have that, and so you've got one edge that's higher than the other, and so it makes this part of the iPhone just feel incredibly awkward. So their translucent matte case, again, another reason why to get it over this thing. Now, when it comes to MagSafe strength, I did a bunch of tests with an Apple MagSafe wallet. In terms of pulling the wallet off, it took about 9 newtons to pull it off, which is about half a newton higher than the average, and it takes close to 10 newtons to push the wallet off the iPhone, which is great since the average for that is about 9 newtons. So all in all, this thing has above average magnetic strength. The one thing I will note is that the twisting of a MagSafe accessory is about 5.1 newtons, which is the average, I think. Now, when it comes to protection, this thing is, I'll call it a dual layered case. It's really a single layered case because it's just TPU along the corners. There is a polycarbonate back, which adds to the rigidity of the product. I don't like what they did with this camera cutout thing. This is basically a flexible piece of plastic that sits over the glass backing between all your lenses. From my perspective, stuff's gonna get caught between this backing and the camera area, and it's just gonna scratch. Depending on what lives in your pockets, it might scratch the back of your iPhone, so keep that in mind. And when it comes to drop protection, this case did fairly well, as the corner doesn't look that mangled after being dropped about 50 times. For all the iPhone 16 cases I tested, I developed a algorithm that helps me measure what happens to the iPhone. And when the iPhone gets dropped in this product, it does average in terms of the initial impact. But after the initial impact, that force just went straight into the iPhone. So if you're not that clumsy of a person, this isn't a bad case for it, but if you drop your iPhone a lot, your iPhone is going to suffer in it. Now, when it comes to face first drops, because the corners are raised, I've got a screen protector on this iPhone, and it's not eating dirt. That's a nice sound. You're not hearing the iPhone screen hit the table. In terms of corner strength, this thing wasn't great. Even though it has a polycarbonate back, it does feel a little more rigid than others. It's about 50 newtons to pop this case out of the corner. So in the worst case drop scenario, your screen protector is going to suffer a little bit. For me personally, I wouldn't risk a $1,000 iPhone in this $17 product. It just doesn't make any sense to me to do it. Even though ESR does include a bunch of extras, like extra buttons as well as a screen protector with this product at $17, again, it's like gas station sushi. It satisfies an itch if you need something slim, you know, for an outing or something because your pants are too tight. I don't know. Maybe this is a decent product to get, but this wouldn't be a daily case that I would go with. That's all I got for this video. Questions, comments, leave them down there. Check out, if you are interested in budget iPhone cases, do check out my channel. I've got a review for ESR's hybrid case. I'm doing a ton of case reviews over the next few weeks to figure out what the best cases for the iPhone 16s are. I've updated my scoring system to include a whole lot of new different things. So I'm excited to figure out what I'm going to spend my money on if I wasn't a reviewer. Thanks for watching.